kind of an image that may or may not be attainable. So we're so happy to welcome kind of a forum now talking about yoga this morning and how it can impact everyone's life. We have Candrea Ettinger back from Flex Happy Yoga and Flex Happy Botanicals. We have Amy, tell me your last name, Bogman from Clear Springs. Okay, this is Jessica Ewart, who is with Sports Barn. And over here, who is going to be our main demonstrator, we have Matt Fields Johnson, who is with North Shore Yoga, and he's not showing off yet, but he will in just a minute. So let's come over here and enter us all in, because Candrea, you kind of spearheaded this idea with the mindset being yoga can benefit everybody.
I did, Julie. Rather than bringing my botanicals again this time, I thought it might be nice to bring some friends that can demonstrate some of the different and alternative things that we can access through yoga. For example, Amy teaches a wonderful round body yoga class for people that might be intimidated by a full-fledged, regular power yoga class, but still want to get into exercising and engaging their flexibility and building some strength. And Amy's got some remarkable students, and she does some remarkable classes. Jessica, not only is she a phenomenal yoga teacher, my yoga teacher, but she is an Ayurvedic practitioner, which is the Indian medicine.
Okay, let's stop right there. Because, say that word again very slowly.
Ayurvedic.
Ayurvedic. And the plate you see in front of us is kind of an example of what you do. So walk us through it, Jessica, for a minute.
Okay, so what we do in Ayurveda is we look at the individual in terms of their body and their psychology. So typical body types, we tend to look at that very physically, like celery, apple, pear. In Ayurveda, we have a similar concept, but we attach the mental aspect, so there's a mind-body connection. So say someone that's like a Kapha type person might have a fuller figure, larger bones, rounder features, and then this Vata type, these are just words that we use to kind of identify, might be a little bit longer, a little bit leaner, probably has trouble holding weight, and then the Pitta types, we have the male and the female, would be someone like Matt, really athletic, maybe a little bit red in the skin and the face, and so the food helps. So if you had someone that was maybe too Vata, too thin, and they get a little bit spacey or ungrounded, we feed them root vegetables. We try to start to bring them back down to earth and ground them. If you have someone like me or like Matt and they get overly heated, a cucumber is a very cooling food. It takes inflammation out of the body. Cilantro, like a cilantro chutney, does the same thing.
Okay, if you know kind of what your body type is, are these foods that you should be incorporating into your diet anyway to avoid the pitfalls?
Kind of going over out of balance?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So once people kind of know their constitution, then it becomes very common sense. So if I have a lot of inflammation like arthritis or rashes or acne or skin disorders, I'm going to bring in cooler foods to start to balance myself out.
And this is an Indian practice.
Yeah, Ayurveda stems from India, and it's related to yoga in terms of yoga is kind of like the exercise regime that you would have in Ayurveda. So we look at our lifestyle, we look at the way we move, the way we eat, how much sleep we're getting. It's very all-encompassing.
So Amy, bringing you into the conversation, your class at Clear Spring focuses on round body, with the idea being that it's about your health, not about an image.
Right. And I try to make the classes very accessible for anyone that wants to come to them. And I make sure to really break down the poses into their symbol forms, being really specific about where you put your feet, how you put your hands on the ground, where the energy is going, and it makes the poses more understandable for people who, mostly people that come to that class that haven't ever done any yoga.
Right. We've done head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Right.
Now let me ask you about Matt, because men are getting more and more interested in yoga. They don't want a ballet body, but they kind of get it because of the strength that they develop. Is that right, Matt?
Yeah, that's right. More and more guys are getting into yoga. It's just kind of the body control you get as an athlete. So yoga can provide a lot of strength, not just flexibility. Particularly when it comes to arm balancing and things like that. There's just a high level of body control that comes with that. I think a lot of guys don't realize that yoga can be as athletic as you want it to be. It's not just stretching. Okay, there's a lot of there's a lot of different ways that make it very, very physically challenging. Which, some guys don't realize, and I think once they do realize it, they get pretty hooked on yoga. And so this level of body control is just is something that is drawing more and more guys. We're seeing more and more guys come in. I see more guys in my classes every week.
Now, Matt, let me ask you this. How long will it take for people, I mean, obviously you're a master yoga practitioner, but how long before you really begin to see that strength build up?
It's different. Different body types will just lend themselves to different poses. Some people are naturally more flexible, and then some people are naturally more stronger. And then, so yoga is about trying to bring yourself to center in a sense. So if you're flexible but you don't have strength, trying to build strength. And if you're strong, you'll be trying to get more flexible. So it's hard to say like which poses you'll be more accessible to until you come and try. Just recommend is getting to know a good instructor.
Okay.
The style of yoga is very important too.
Well, the idea behind this was to kind of demonstrate, because we have yoga on quite a bit on this show, and we tend to demonstrate a move or two, and you're left thinking, yeah, but what can I really do? So hopefully now you get a sense that there are all different outlets for yoga depending on your particular interest and your particular need, and then with Jessica's in-depth study, you can take it one step farther and make it a holistic.
Exactly, and that's kind of the goal, is to make it a holistic practice that's not only influencing what you do day to day on the mat, but that you carry that forward into every aspect of your life, so that you're carrying it forward into the nutrition, and you're carrying it forward into your daily practices with other people. You know, if you exhibit this kind of strength and poise on the mat, imagine what you could do in your daily conversations with people.
You are a college professor, and you gave us a nice lesson today. Thank you so much. So check them out at their various practices. You have the Sports Barn, North Shore, and Clear Spring represented, and of course Candria's is Flex Happy Yoga in Trenton. She's closing in February, but the botanical store will still be open.
Yep.
So thank you so very much.
Thank you, Julie, for having me.